proud to announce my candidacy for President of the United States of America.
I am announcing that I'm running for President of the United States.
I believe we're out of time, the time necessary to mount a winning campaign.
That Donald J. Trump, having received a majority of these votes entitled, has been selected as the Republican Party nominee for President of the United States.
During the election season of 2016, I became very interested in thinking about everyone who would be voting. Through a sequence of events, I wound up going to a homeless shelter to do some volunteer work. I went to the Las Vegas Mission and participated in a dinner for homeless people. I was so impressed with what they do over there. They have, this is a big production that they do every single day for dinner. So I started thinking about this community and how they could possibly have a voice in the civic process. And it just occurred to me, they probably don't vote. So I set out to investigate that.
Yes, I am.
Are you guys registered?
No, I don't want to.
Okay. Are you registered to vote?
I don't want to vote.
You don't want to vote?
You know what I mean? I trust y'all. Whatever y'all choose is good, right? Y'all into more of the politics than I am. My opinion shouldn't matter. I never read the newspaper or nothing. I mean, I watch the news, Clinton, Hillary, but in Trump, it seems like a circus to me. I know it don't seem like it's too real.
We experienced a number of issues. People really didn't want a camera stuck in their face. They were hungry, maybe a little embarrassed. They were there to have the dinner. On the other hand, there were many who were very eager to talk and had things to say. So we tried to spend time with those people.
All right, are you registered to vote?
Yes.
All right, that's good.
It's because of the simple fact, I believe it's about time for a woman to run this country. You know, let's see if she'll make more of a difference than the men have.
Yeah.
Because all they doing is running the country into the ground. No, it ain't just because she's a woman. I mean, she got mad political background behind her.
Oh, yeah.
You know, not only that, she stands up for some good stuff. I mean, all of them are crooks, no matter who we vote for.
I am a Republican. I am a Donald Trump supporter. As opposed to Hillary, I believe in job creation. I believe that if you're able to pull your bootstraps up and put your shoes on, you should go to work.
Okay.
Don't fake I'm disabled and collect and live off the government's nipple, pardon me, for the rest of your life because you don't want to work. That's ridiculous. I think he's going to create the opportunity. It's going to be up to you to take it and run with it.
I hope you're right. Are you planning to vote?
No.
You're not going to vote? Okay.
Yeah. Thanks to the electoral voting.
Yeah.
You're not going to vote?
I don't even bother voting.
All right.
I mean, up in Alaska, our voting closed down at 8 o'clock. I had like 10 minutes before it shuts down. They announced the winner. I said, why bother you voting?
You don't feel like there's any point, huh?
No point at all.
We met a character, quite a wonderful gentleman named Dennis. And Dennis had some very strong opinions on who he wanted to vote for. He said he was an old liberal from way back. He was from Massachusetts. And not only was he very friendly and wanted to speak to us, he had a lot to say. And he was delighted that we were there to listen to him. Dennis wanted to make sure that he was registered to vote. Right here, we're going to get either the last four of your social or if you have an ID you want to use. You're a lefty, huh? I know. That's where your signature goes right there. They won't accept it without that. Dennis was so excited and so happy to have the opportunity to vote. He chatted with us. He told us old stories about his life. He told us about coming from Massachusetts, and he told us how he had been a bus driver for many, many years, and he likes to gamble. He seemed to enjoy his life as much as possible. So we took Dennis to vote. We picked him up at the motel. We took him in my car and brought him down to the county building. I think if we had not followed up with Dennis, there is absolutely no chance Dennis would have gone to vote on his own.
You know what I really do? I get a Democratic ballot and I just go straight down the line, Democrat. Oh, I live there. Oh, Jimmy Davis Jr. used to live there.
In that roofing house?
Yes, honest to God. I know the history. Frank Sinatra, whoever the other two, there was four, the Rat Pack, right?
Yeah.
Frank Sinatra,
Dean Martin.
Dean Martin, they all were allowed to sleep at the casinos, except for Sammy Davis because he was black. I met her in 82, we got married in 84, she threw me out in 86.
Why?
Because I was a Greyhound bus driver and I'm not home enough. I said, I told you that. I said, I told you that. I'm not gonna be home Christmas. I'm not gonna be home Thanksgiving. I'm not gonna be home New Year's. I got it. I think I got it.
All right, let's go. Here we go.
Where's the
It's in the middle here.
You should get on the sidewalk, huh? Because if you get hit by a car there, it's your fault. If you get hit by a car here, it's their fault. Oh, we got to go this way, huh? It is that way. Yes, it's that way. You see straight. Because I haven't changed, because this one is still good for a couple of years.
They were going back and forth on who are you, sir? Of course, asking for ID. They looked at his letter. I think he probably gave them the Catholic Charities thing, but they looked at his state ID from New Hampshire, and of course, you're not required to even have ID in Nevada unless you're a first-time Nevada voter, which he was. And so that's why it was a little bit more complicated. So then, after all that happened, then I said, is it okay if we go with him to vote? And they said, if he wants you to. And Dennis said, I don't care. So we went with him. And it was kind of a big cluster because he was really confused, and I had to kind of help him explain, here, now press next, do you put your card in, da-da-da-da. Anyway, so they asked me who I was. I said, I'm just here to help him. Well, who are you? What's this about? What are you doing? And I said, well, he needs help voting. We met him at the rescue mission, and we just wanted to help him. And she finally just was like, well, thank you for doing this. Thank you. And I said to both of them, and thank you guys for doing this. And it was fine.
Everything went appropriate. The elections department let me vote without a problem. So that was no problem. Whoever the election people, it just worked like it's supposed to. And I voted straight Democrat, like I always do, because I'm a left-wing liberal, more than anybody out there.
I would say the homeless community does care about the election and who the next president would be, but they don't care maybe as much as the rest of us because it's not a big priority in their immediate needs in life. I think homelessness is an issue that a lot of people care about. However, I think most people understandably focus on helping homeless people by either going and volunteering at a shelter and things like that. So I would say not only driving them to the polls, but also making sure that they're registered to vote and that they have picked up their mail and they know where their polling place is. Those are the two most important things in getting homeless people to be able to be a part of the civic process.
Someday I'll have me a chauffeur and a block-long limousine, EO11, EO11. Someday I'll have me a penthouse, stacks and stacks of folding